to my house. Nothing's what it seems. My life is like a roller coaster.
What is up, everybody? Visual Warfare here, and I'm gonna be bringing you episode 2 of Minecraft. Okay, so my mic keeps cutting off, and so I keep messing up on this, but I have scouted out the place, and if you guys read my last description for my last video, I wasn't very clear on what I was gonna do. I talked about this plan of this sort of city related to Skyblock, and I wasn't really thinking whether that's was really good enough, because I keep doing that with my friends, and it's gotten so boring. So what I think I'm gonna be doing is that all that mainland right there, all that stuff that's elevated off the ground on that hill, I'm going to be transforming that into a sort of house. I'm gonna be setting up here, although I keep thinking I had this on, no, it's on normal. They probably don't want to have it on. Don't want it to be ready. Mind. I have to keep checking whether my mic is working, because it keeps turning off on me. I keep having that problem. Alright, so I'm gonna need armor, and I need wait a sec. Did I just see? Wait, did I? No, never mind. I thought that was snow biome. I was gonna say, oh fuck this, let's just go to snow biome. I love snow biomes. Probably my favorite biomes. Okay, so I wish it could stop raining. It's like so annoying. No, but we're gonna be cooking, and then I need to make the rest of my armor. And yeah, guys, I have noticed, but that's only for when I'm on multiplayer servers. Really, I only downloaded it to have waypoints in case we die. I don't really want to have to restart this whole series just because I died. Anyways, this is a pretty good spot. I mean, this type of biome that emeralds spawn in. Oh, there's some creepers. Yeah, we're probably gonna be scouting that place over there. There's probably see some coal, a cave. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait until for this. Actually, yeah, we're just gonna leave this be while I get some wood. I'm gonna have to fast forward this part though, because it is so annoying. Just getting this, guys, is like the best part of the story. I mean, yeah, getting wood is probably the best thing in the world right now. So yeah. Oh, you know what? Probably gonna have to, I only have like a minute recording time on this thing, but to make this commentary a little better, oh look at that, only one has spawned up here. I guess it's a pretty good spot. I don't see why I keep getting these achievements. I've already gotten all of them. I'm just getting them all over again. Anyways, as I was saying, I don't know whether you guys have ever done this, and it's like really weird, and honestly I don't recommend you guys doing this, but about like, what, 3 years ago, me and my friends would have to we would always hang out and stuff, and so one of the places that we decided to hang out was near the train tracks. And my friend was like, oh hey look, there's an opening right on the ground, and I knew what it was. It was an opening to a storm drain, and so he thought it was a good idea to actually go down there into the storm drain. So whenever we were down there, it was like you had to get on all fours just to be able to walk, and you had to crawl through the whole place. We were okay in this storm drain. We had to crawl on all four, and after about a mile of crawling, we couldn't really turn back because there was like spiders everywhere. And for us to turn back, that would mean well, to my other friends would mean like, oh, you're scared, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. And so I didn't want to be that guy. So what ended up happening was that we went further in, miles and miles down, and eventually we hit this deep hole. I'm pretty sure it was about like 50 feet deep, and it was filled with water, and we tried swimming in it, but we couldn't, and it was about like a 5-foot crossing. No, not even a 5, it was bigger than that. It was like a 10 or 15-foot crossing. And we couldn't just jump over that because I didn't know how to swim. And right, that's stupid. Why would you go into a storm drain without not knowing how to swim? Visual, but you know, shit happens. Anyways, I was I didn't want to turn back because I didn't want to make my friends feel like I was the guy that was like the guy that would make us everything stop, and you know, like I wouldn't want to have any fun and stuff. And so my friends would never hang out with me. And I know that was a bad idea back then. I was stupid, but anyways, we kept going. And this crossing, it had a huge pipe that you could hug, and you had to jump. And yeah, once you jumped up and grabbed it, because you actually had a lot more room once you passed. And after I grabbed it, I just hurled myself over to the other side. And it was pretty scary at first, but then we had about 2 more of those, and every time you would cross them, you would have just a little more room to stand up. And so this time, once we, oh dude, you got a carry. Fuck yeah. Anyways, last time, yeah, once we did that one crossing, we had enough room to barely even stand up, like crawl, maybe. Not on all fours, but like crouch. And so once we passed that one, we had about another 2 miles until we finally hit another storm drain opening. And nobody wanted to really get out because they didn't want to say, oh, you know, I'm so scared, blah, blah, blah. Nobody really wanted to say that, even though everybody was. And we had flashlights and stuff, and we were lighting the way. And nobody, oh yeah, we brought like bags to like hold our phones while we like walked through the water and sewage and stuff. And so after a while, we started looking that noticing that there were stalactites. And my friend thought this was so cool, he just started ripping them off and putting them in this baggie sort of thing. And I'm sort of starting to think that that's why, like, the main reason we went there. But hold on, while I kill this zombie and this spider. Jesus Christ, leave me alone. You guys are not fun. Okay, I'll only pit you with my sword. Yeah, and it was pretty scary. And so after, oh god, no, fuck you, creeper, no. No, it's too early in the game for you. Anyway, so it was okay after we got out, but anyway, that's a long way from the story. So after we passed this, we were barely even crawling, right? And we would have to walk through all this water. Like it was like exhausting. And so it was miles and miles and miles of it, and we got so tired. And the thing is that if it started raining that day, the whole storm drain would have probably flooded, and we would have probably drowned, and our bodies would have probably never been found. And so I realized that after we got out, but at the time I was thinking, oh, this is so cool, this is so cool. Anyways, at one point the water was basically up to our groin, as I was saying, and it was like so disgusting, and I couldn't even go anymore. There was like one last crossing. And this last crossing would have to, would basically just take us to this giant pool of sewage water, and I didn't even want to know how long that went, because we've been crawling for like miles, and I was really honestly fed up with all of that. So I just stopped. I told my friends, hey, I just want to go. I don't want to be here anymore. And so my friends said, you know what, yeah, sure, but the leader of the group, he said, oh no, I want to see what the rest of this leads to. And so we waited for him, and he went over there, he swam over there in the sewage, getting completely wet, while leaving his bag, while we had like our bags over our heads, and it was funny at the time. Yeah, and it was, after he got back, he came back with a crawfish in a baggie. And I didn't know he brought the baggie. I thought he left all his stuff here. So this was like obviously funny to me. And then like whenever we got out, I was so sore. I felt like I did squats for like a week non-stop. And I'm pretty sure that's, I got like a lot of leg muscle from that, but I couldn't even stand up straight. Like I was still crouching, because crouching felt comfortable after getting out. That if I tried standing up and stretching, it would hurt. So I just basically was bedridden because of that. And it was so stupid, and hopefully I never have to do that again. And, you know, prove to my friends that I'm not boring or anything. But honestly, like, even once, my friends invited me to go there again. And I wasn't up to it. I said, you know what, I don't want to go. It's stupid. I don't want to die. And they laughed at me. And yeah, sure, I didn't really care. But whenever they went out in there, I was around, like, I was in Dallas with my parents. And it started to rain. It started sprinkling, and I got really worried, thinking, hey, they're in the storm drain. They might fucking drown. So I grabbed my phone, and I'm just calling and no one picks up the phone. And I know for a fact that if you don't pick up the phone and they go in there, that means no cell phone reception. So I'm still trying to call them, saying, hey, it's raining, blah blah blah. Like half an hour later, I get a call back. He's like, what do you want? And I'm like, are you guys still in the storm drain? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. And I was like really worried about them, because I thought they were like gonna drown. They said, oh yeah, we got out right on time. It started raining like really hard after they got out. And so they noticed it was sprinkling because the thing rose to about like an inch higher. The water rose about an inch higher of what it should have risen. Well, it shouldn't even have risen at all if it didn't rain that day, but we didn't check the forecast. So that's my idiot friends. Trying to take my life. I'm joking. That was pretty fun. I still hang out with them. Actually, one of them I film with, and he's basically my main actor for all of them. He's a lot of fun. He's into parkour now, which is a plus. Yeah. So if you guys have kids, just don't ever leave them alone. If they say, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends, and they just walk out of the house at age 10, you're probably a bad parent. Yeah. My parents don't care what I do, which is sad. At the time, I thought that was cool. I was like, oh yeah, I can do whatever I want. But now I'm just like, I thought it was sad, honestly. Yeah, but there's not really much other than that story. Oh, by the way, whenever he kept swimming, he ended up finding the exit, and it was basically a circle around town, and then it circled back to the other side of the railroad station. And on the other side of the railroad station, there was an abandoned grain factory, and it was cool. After finding that out, I ended up taking that place and like filming there, and without permission, so it was illegal. Which I should probably not do because the cops were there, but that's gonna be next time.